Loki. It is the one and only Ronan the Traveler, man. Thank all you brothers, man, for rocking out with the channel. It means a lot. So, man, let's get into it, man. You see what the title is called. But look, the reason why I went with this title is because of this right here, man. I had a situation. A woman has been sending me crazy emails for over 2 months, and I finally respond. But when I respond with, I send her my WhatsApp. And I say, well, let's have a conversation. And when she called me up, she hit me with all, the things, man, the patriarchy, misogyny, bashing women, the same, female talking points. And I let her get it off her chest. But at first it was funny because she began to tell me how the passport movement and the passport brothers have contributed to the perpetuation of colonization of these islands. And at first she reminded me of that guy off, remember on Don't Be a Menace to South Central, I drank your juice in the hood, you were locked up in there. The numeration, the personification, the knick-knack, paddywhack. And so she reminded me of that, but I could see she was angry. So I sit there stoic and let Miss Tina talk. So here's what had happened, man. Tina, as I let her talk, she told me her story. And come to find out, man, she had been married twice. She had 3 kids, and life wasn't going the way that she wanted. And she's on TikTok. She see all the people talking about the passport movement. She see all the hate for the passport brothers. And this stuff became infectious in her head, this propaganda. So I told Miss Tina the story I'm about to tell you, man. Now listen to the story. This is a true story, man. If you made it this far, listen to this story, man. So look, I used to be a welder, man. Made good money, man. I was young. This is probably like 20 years ago. And they had me, we were shipbuilders. And you have a guy who's he was a pipe fitter, and I was his welder. And his name was Buzzy. Now Buzzy was one of the coolest white men I have ever met in my life. Just a cool guy, man. He was an honorary brother as far as I was concerned. So one day, out of the blue, Buzzy tells me about his life. And he tells me something I just couldn't believe. He said, you know what, Ronaldo, man, I used to be a racist, man. I did not like black, and I didn't like Latino. I didn't like anybody. He said, I don't even know I like myself. I was raised this way. He said that his dad used to be in the Klan. They were from a little town called Holden, Louisiana. And his dad had all this propaganda of black people, eating watermelon and chicken, and they weren't intelligent, and all these things in his head. His dad he was almost like the Dave Chappelle skit. They think they're the best dancers. His dad had put all this in his head. So as he grew up and got his own family, he moved to a place called Lockport, Louisiana. He got married, and he had a daughter. And as his daughter grew, a black family moved in 2 doors down. Now, the black family consisted of a dad, a mom, a daughter, and a son. The black daughter and the white daughter became best friends, almost like sisters. They grew up together, they went to school together, and no matter how much Buzzy hated it, he said he hated those people. When they waved at him, he would turn his head, he would go in the house. He did not even want the little black girl at his house, so the little black girl would only come to his house when he was at work, because he worked on the shipyard. He was gone all day. When he came home, and he said, I do not ever want to see that girl in my house. And his wife, God bless her, she didn't care what he said. She let them play together, let them be together. So as his daughter began to age, they get closer and closer and closer. So Buzzy finds out when his daughter's like 18 that she had been dating the black girl's brother. Now the brother name was Haywood. He was like a year older, and Buzzy wanted to delete Haywood. He got so mad, he threw his daughter out because she had a black boyfriend. He felt like it was a shame. He threw her out. So she goes to live with Haywood, man. So he turns his back on his daughter. 2 years go by. Come to find out, by this time his daughter has married Haywood. Him and Haywood, and now they're expecting a baby any day. Buzzy's wife wakes him up one night at 1 o'clock in the morning, shakes him and said, we gotta go to the hospital. He like, go to the hospital for what? He didn't even know his daughter was pregnant. He would not see him. He did just not He tried everything in his power to, but he was so embarrassed that his daughter and the people in town was talking. He said he was so embarrassed that his daughter was with a black man and she was part of a black family, so he disowned her. And his wife woke him up to go to the hospital. He said he fussed. He was filled with so much rage and just hate, and he didn't know why. He just all that propaganda his dad had put in his head was boiling over, and he had it in his mind that when he get to that hospital, he was gonna let Haywood have it. He said, Ryan, I was so upset. I'm gonna get him and his daddy and all of them too. He said, I'm gonna get these black people. I'm gonna show them. You give my daughter a black baby. So he says, man, his wife was just, calm down. It's gonna be okay. Just being a supportive traditional woman. It's gonna be okay. You shouldn't be like that. And he said when he got to that hospital, he just was marching up that hospital floor. He's like, I'm gonna tear into them. They're going to feel my wrath. He said, soon as he opened the door, his daughter was crying. She was so happy to see him. And he said, Haywood hand him his grandbaby. And he said, when he looked at that grandbaby, he moved the cover away from their face. He saw his face. And he said, God hit him with the wrath. It melted his heart. He cried like a baby. His knees began to buckle. He had never felt that before. All the hate, all the misery, all that propaganda his dad had put in him he felt like he was baptized again. He started crying. He said he was shaking over the whole. He was crying so much that the nurses and the doctors came in the room. They didn't know what had happened. He just said all the hate had left him. And you can feel the power of the room. He's like, and I'm not even a religious guy. He just say he felt like at that moment he knew God was real. All the hate was gone from him. And he said he grabbed Haywood and he hugged him with an embrace that he had. He grabbed Haywood's whole family. He was running around telling you like he had just got baptized. And all that propaganda and stuff left him. And right now he tells me Haywood is the best thing ever happened to his daughter. They have a beautiful family. He's a hard worker. That hate that he had for that racism, that stuff that his dad put in him was gone. He was a new person. And he said he's sorry he wasted his whole life trying to make somebody else miserable, because all he did was make himself miserable. So why did I tell her this story? Because I told her the same thing. All you are doing, Gina, is making yourself miserable, trying to stop other people from being happy. And that's what this video was all about, brothers. You know what? I can tell I had made a difference in her. And because she told me, I'm sorry, I didn't even see it your way. I say, men are tired. After I let her, I went on to tell her about how we were feeling. I told her how tired men are. We've been getting beat up all my life. I've heard that, black men are nothing because, other people's joining the passport movement. And I've been a part of passport movement since BMT changed it over from black men travel. Been there. Passport bros are black men, other people in it. But when you think of passport bros, you think of black men. And I begin to tell, these are the things that we've been going through since I've been a child. I've heard we are nothing. The black man is this. He is not that. He doesn't take care of it. All this propaganda that has not been true. And now we are rewriting our own stories. And that's why people hate us leaving the plantation. You got people, you got women, and you got the plantation bros, or I call it the plantation bucks. People now, I got smoke for the passport bros. All this craziness. Why would you have smoke for your fellow brother trying to weigh his options and to better himself? And people will mask it, saying we are going to these countries, taking advantage of these women, and it's just not true. People are just weighing their options and trying to become the best version of themselves, because life is short. So I will tell all you guys, man, keep pushing, man. I'm glad you listened to this story. I know this is a different type of story time. We weren't talking about them cheeks, but I feel like it was important important, man. And because you know what? We all have a story, and it's about you living your purpose, going on the hero's journey, man. So I appreciate all you got, man. Join the Blue Book Passport Cartel, man. Means a lot to me, man. More videos are coming, but live your life for yourself, man. We are out.